Hello folks. Today we're going to go back a little bit to my earliest videos this year and talk a little bit about marking trees. Marking in this case for a thinning. This is a thinning that's already been completed at Camp Columbia State Forest in Morris. And I want to talk to you about how a forester thinks, how a forester marks trees. I've had people come up to me and tell me, "Oh, what a great job. I'd love to do that. Must be a wonderful job." Well, it is. It is a great job, and I very much enjoy it, and I very much believe in what I do. But at the same time, it is a lot of work. Some of the things that a forester has to keep in mind when he's marking trees for cutting in a thinning like this, for instance. What are the goals? Are we managing for certain species that grow more favorably on this soil type? I mean, odds are this is the kind of information we work out in the planning stages in advance. What is the residual density in square feet per acre that we're targeting here? Where will a tree fall? Is there something else we have to mark in order to make room for a tree, a crop tree that we want to leave standing? How does a machine access it during the logging? We have to make room for a skid trail and for machine width, for instance. Will the tree survive until the next thinning? If not, maybe we should mark it, unless it's valued as a future snag for wildlife or something like that. Wildlife biologists do suggest leaving snags and cavity trees by a certain number per acre, and we generally go by their guidelines, and we do try to leave such things behind. Most cavity trees, as a matter of fact, we come across. You also have to think about operator safety. Yes, OSHA applies to loggers too. It's one of the most dangerous professions in the country traditionally. So is it possible and safe for most loggers to get a particular tree down? If not, maybe we want to bypass it. Are we near a trail? Like I see a red blaze on this tree. This is a trail. It's also a forest access road in this case. Are there buffers that we have to observe for things like trails, or maybe nearby vernal pools, or perennial streams, or property boundaries? Is there room enough for crown expansion of trees left behind? If I take one tree out of a cluster, is there enough room for the crowns to expand and grow, but not too quickly? Say, for instance, if we're coming in here only 25 years to do a little more thinning, and the crown closes after 12 years, then we're already working on needs for the next thinning. We want to maximize the health and productivity and growth of what we do leave behind, while leaving behind enough diversity to promote forest health and wildlife habitat diversity. So there are so many things that we have to keep in mind here. So it's both forest management and wildlife needs, as well as safety for both the public and the operators. And there's a lot to keep in mind. If you think about this, foresters have to make decisions like this about trees they're marking, and they may be marking hundreds of trees a day. And every single one, you're taking into account the list that I just gave you. So there is a lot of thought that goes into this process. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Maybe it gave you a new perspective on what natural resource managers actually have to deal with on the ground. And if you have any questions and comments, by all means, as always, please leave me a comment in the comment section or reach out to me personally. Thank you very much.